Hello guys, welcome to Amazon TV. I hope you are okay. Guys, this Nigerian lady is telling us to thank God for being South Africans, to praise God for creating us to be this nation, this great nation. We must thank God for blessing us with this beautiful and blessed land called South Africa. This is what a Nigerian lady is telling us as South Africans. And we have to. Everything about our country is blessed. The only thing we lack in this country is leadership. That's what we have to pray for. And those ones who are always asking what is so special about South Africa, they must listen to this lady. And I believe each and every South African is feeling the same way. South Africans are the Israelites of today. We are the chosen nation of God. So we have to be grateful, to appreciate God for that. That is why they are very jealous of this country. That is why all of them want to be in this country. Even in my next life, I will still choose to be a South African.
See, forget all this thing where people they talk online. If we are from South Africa, if you wake up early in the morning, begin to thank God. Say, God, I thank you. I am so grateful. I thank you for the opportunity of being a South African citizen. It is not by my power, but by your mercy and your love. For that reason, I will never take you for granted. Because the reason why they pray that kind of prayer, because some other country, their citizens, they question God. They ask, God, what is our crime to deserve this kind of punishment from our leaders? You see this video where it is so. Now from DR Congo. You see DR Congo and Nigeria. These two countries, they drag first. Their leaders, their government, they drag first position in hellfire. Some Africa countries, their leaders are...
Jesus! Hey! Oh boy! Oh boy! Trời! Ala balanda change the boy.
So you see the reason why we must continue to thank God for being in South Africa, for being South Africans, our blessed nation. We don't have things like this in this country. What we are seeing right now here in Nigeria, it's not like because it's raining. It's their daily life. They're living like this. And you are expecting people who are coming from this kind of chaos to come and build your country, to respect your country. These people failed to fix their own countries. They decided to run away and left their countries like this. We are expecting the same people to make our country clean. They don't care about anything. They don't care even about the future of their own children. And you are expecting them to see your children as their own children, that they will not feed powder. It is impossible to change a person from this kind of environment. It is very impossible. You can never change someone like that. Chaos will always run in the blood of a human being who is coming from this kind of environment. It is not easy. You can never change someone like that. It's impossible. You see this havoc, this chaos they are causing in other countries. It's their normal life. That is why they think you are jealous of them if you are complaining about it. So how can you change someone like that?
With all the natural resources that we have in Ghana, take a look. Take a look. You are surprised. KG, you are surprised. Don't be surprised, okay? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, my brother. You are watching the video, you are surprised. If Ghana, 34 years of democracy, 69 years of independence, and we have this kind of road, you are surprised. Don't be surprised. Do you know why the road is like this? It's because of you as MPP member, you as NDC member, who refuse to tell your leaders that, my brother, my father, you are wrong. Even though you belong to the party, but what you are doing cannot favor us as a Ghanaian. That is the reason why the country look like this. For the past 34 years that we have democracy in Ghana, NDC, MPP. This is how the country look like. I am not asking you not to vote for NDC. I am not asking you not to vote for MPP. But what I'm asking is that after the election, let's try to hold our leaders accountable. And tell the leaders that, my brother, what you are doing is not good. We need a good road in Ashama. It does not matter if you belong to NDC, you belong to MPP. We need a good road in Ashama. So therefore, put your political interest outside. Let us try to have a good road in the Ashama district where we are living, or in the country that we are living. 34 years. We were not able to do this. And we are all fighting ourselves because I belong to NDC. So you don't come and talk about my party issue. I belong to MPP. You too, don't come and talk about my party issue. 34 years. Look at the kind of road we are using. 34 years of democracy. 69 years of independence. Let me even say 70 years, because very soon we are going to celebrate Ghana at 70 years. Very soon we'll be celebrating Ghana at 70 years. So your 70 years of getting yourself as a country got independent, 70 years of independence, this is the kind of road you have. So if Ghana were to be a human being, Ghana is on pension. If Ghana were to be a human being, by now Ghana is on pension. I take a look at a pension. So Ghana is just looking like a useless man who has nothing to offer to his family at the age of 60 years. That is Ghana.
That is a very big problem we have as Black Africans. We don't want to hold our leaders accountable for anything. As long as you belong to that party, you don't want to criticize that party. You don't want anyone to criticize that party. Even if you see, Wuti, these people are useless. They are not offering anything to the community. You don't have water, you don't have electricity, you don't have good roads, but you are still fighting for that political party. We don't want our leaders to be criticized. We don't want to blame them. We don't want to correct them. As long as you love that political party or that politician, you don't want anyone to criticize him. You don't want anyone to say something about him. That is why they are treating us like this. We are the cause of our problems sometimes. These people are safe wherever they are. They have houses, their families are safe. They have everything they need in life. You don't even have a job, but you are busy defending politicians. Politicians will always be politicians. They will never like us. So that is why they are always getting away with every bad thing they are doing to us. Instead of blaming your own leaders, you blame other people. You go and fight in other countries. Instead of fighting there with the same people who are causing you to run away, you go and fight those people in their own country. Who will fix our countries because they are there in power? We are busy unaliving each other for them. And these people, they don't care about us. They don't even know if you are alive or your country is suffering, your people are suffering. You run to other countries to fight in those countries instead of staying at home, fight the same government. The painful part is that we are running away from old, very old men. It's a shame. It's a big shame.
That is Ghana.
Guys, on a serious note, I want to ask Ghanaians, Nigerians, Zimbabweans, guys, why are we fighting to stay in South Africa? Are we admitting that we are coming from a shithole country? That is why we don't want to go back, or what?
I also keep seeing people saying South Africans will face karma. Their time is coming. But I don't think this is about karma, me people. When I look across Africa, I don't see people being punished here. I see people in pain. South Africans are hurting. Zimbabweans are hurting. Nigerians are hurting. Congolese hurting. Everybody's hurting, right? The Sudanese, everyone. The list goes on, me people. Wishing suffering on South Africans won't heal our suffering. It won't rebuild our communities, our countries. It won't create jobs, won't put food on anybody's table. And if we believe that everything is simply karma, then let me ask you a difficult question. Where was karma for the leaders who destroyed our countries? Where was karma? Where is the karma for the leaders who continue to live in luxury today while ordinary people suffer every single day? Where is karma? Some of our governments can't even organize a few buses to go and help desperate citizens who are there in Cape Town. Every day people die because of broken healthcare, poverty, corruption, failed systems. It's a lot. Where is karma? Where is the karma in that? It's not about who deserves to suffer next to me, people, or who needs to join us in our own suffering. Everybody's suffering here. How do we stop Africans from suffering in the first place? How? Because if our response to pain is to celebrate somebody else's pain, me people, then we are not solving the problem here, right? We're just passing the pain from one African to another African, which is sad. We can't even think straight.
And the funny thing, my brother, is that they are praying for the downfall of their only hope. South Africa is their only hope, but they are praying so hard for South Africa to be like their own countries. I don't know why. These people were celebrating, were rejoicing during the time when Trump etuyayithatha US aid in South Africa, knowing very well what this US aid is helping them. They need it more than us. They were celebrating, jubilating that, oh, South Africa is going to suffer. South Africa will see, all those things. Karma. How can you pray for the downfall of your only hope? They are working in South Africa. Everything is in South Africa. The clinics, hospital, their jobs, everything is in South Africa. But they are praying for the downfall of that same country. They are even praying for South Africa to be attacked by amanye amazwe. But we are with them here. How can that calamity select on the South Africans? If it's floods or fire or whatever they are praying for, they think it will select on the South Africans. If we are facing challenges, we are facing challenges with them. Angithi yibo abathi we are not going anywhere. But still, they are still praying for the downfall of that same country. Even some of them, they are calling South Africa their own country, their land. But they are praying for the downfall of that country. Oh, guys, I don't understand these people. Please let me know what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and share the video. Love you guys. Bye.